We are at the movies with Matt and Ryan on this Friday the 13th, January. And we're here for another movie review. I guess Oscar season is coming to an end, so,
Well,
here comes January.
yeah, it's January's a weird month because you have the new releases are often just kind of movies that are dumped into theaters, and then you have movies that came out last year, like qualified for Oscar awards and stuff, but they go wide in January. So it's an interesting time of the year. Definitely the most unique month.
Yeah, and we have another January horror film called The Bye Bye Man.
Yeah.
Hard to keep a straight face with that title.
Yeah, usually we'll have like 2 or 3 January horror movies. This is the first of two. Next weekend, Split comes out by M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, The Bye Bye Man. It was delayed 2 times, I believe. It was supposed to come out in June last year, and then they delayed it to October, and now they delayed it to now. So it follows 3 friends who stumble upon the horrific origins of the Bye Bye Man, a mysterious figure they discover who is the root cause of the evil behind man's most unspeakable acts. That's a really horrible synopsis. Thanks, IMDb.
Well, that's what it is, though. It's generic, and that's what it was.
And you can start with your hot take, Skip.
My hot take, Skip. I thought it was pretty lifeless. I don't like to rag on creativity, but there wasn't much for me to there wasn't much redeemable in this film, to be honest. It was definitely worse than the 2 horror movies we saw last year, The Boy and The Forest. Nothing was good. The acting didn't make up for the really, really poor script. And I was hoping for at least some twists or turns to, give it above a 1 out of 10, but no.
See, the production value is trash, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, horror movies are cheap and all that." This movie costs more than Green Room and The Witch combined, and those are 2 movies that have distinct looks and use their settings to the. And I think horror filmmaking is the best horror movies are movies that have very inspired direction. It's creative, it has a lot of style. But this movie is directed by Stacy Title.
If I tell you about it,
it has no style, and the visuals are so bland. It's just flat. It's lazy. It's filmmaking on autopilot.
Well, House Off Campus with John Henry and a live-in girlfriend.
The start of it was a guy freaking. Kind of this nerdy guy dressed up, and he's with a shotgun. What's going on? It was just bizarre. It was kind of
What is it?
I wouldn't say hard to follow, but it was kind of
jarring.
Yeah, it was all over the place. The whole movie, the whole hour and 36 minutes was all over the place.
The acting here is pretty abysmal, but yeah, that's a kind of a trope of horror movies. But I mentioned in my review, I did.
The Bye Bye Man.
For them, is getting a lot better because they'll have a couple bad ones, but they won't be horrendous. This was just horrendous. It reminded me of something that would come out in the 90s.
He makes us see things.
It felt dated. And the cast was really, really, really bad. The script was written by Jonathan Penn. The lines here,
he makes us do things.
Don't say it. Don't think it.
It spreads like a virus.
Don't say it. Don't think it. It could spread everywhere.
I'm not gonna let it happen.
Please. Don't say it. Don't think it. We have to help them.
No, it's a trick.
I don't know. It wasn't scary. It's weird because even the audience was laughing. We were in the theater.
Yeah.
And that's not good if even the mainstream audience is laughing. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah, it felt more like a comedy because there was a lot of laughing and reactions like that rather than scares. But
yeah,
it doesn't even feel like a movie that was scripted by a person. It feels like you told an alien from Neptune to write a movie. It's just so bizarre. It's how does anyone think any of this is how you human beings interact?
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what it was trying to show with the poor script was how crazy people get with this Bye Bye Man and kind of just the things they say, but it just didn't. It didn't.
Well, the
fit.
most laughable stuff's the stuff in the beginning when they're just trying to like let the audience know like, hey, these are kind of normal people, and it's just like they just say the most bizarre things, and it's like, what? It's like, do you speak human? Like,
Very predictable.
yeah.
And there was no there was no twist at the end. There was a twist at the end, but it wasn't that clever.
The movie is the movie is very predictable. You can kind of get a sense of where it's going from like the final half hour on. Like it's just like, and its predictability. I was just like, just end already. Like I'll give this movie credit. The first 40 minutes or so amused me just how bad it was. Like the combination between the acting and the terrible dialogue. There's some funny moments, and the CGI is pretty awful too. So at least I was like I was kind of engaged. But then by the time the final half an hour came and the film took itself so seriously, I just wanted it to end. I kept I didn't check my phone at all for the time during the first hour, but I think in that final 30 minutes I checked probably 10 times because I was impatiently waiting for this to end.
Yeah, I don't like the script, and there was even points in the movie where the script had nothing to do with the main, I guess, plot, because there was a scene where someone was just talking about school shootings, and it's like, what is going on? Like, why are they bringing this up? So it was just all over the place, and there wasn't much redeemable about it.
Yeah, I have a hard time thinking about things I liked. I kind of liked the flashback segment. I don't know. It was at least something. It was a little menacing. It was cheap and everything, but it is an interesting way to start a movie. It definitely gets you on your toes a bit.
Oh, the flashbacks.
Yeah, it at least gets you on your toes. Like, oh wow, shit's hitting the fan. It's a decent way to start a movie.
Yeah, not much else though.
But then it just after that just becomes jarring and weird and just a terrible movie.
A girl doesn't get possessed by a demon, so I guess that was good too.
Yeah. So
that's even the norm too.
So do we want to do ratings?
1 out of
10. I guess I'll give it a 1.5. I don't want to copy you.
That's what I gave it when right after I saw it, and that's what I gave it in my written review. So I'll stick with it.
All right, 1.5 out of 10. It'll probably be on my worst of list next year. I doubt I'll see 10 movies that are better than this.
Yeah.
So that's our review for the Bye Bye Man. Don't think it, don't say it, and don't see it.
Oh Jesus!
It's a good tag. What?
There's a clean and beautiful review.
Yeah. So like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy your day.